Hey guys, welcome to another Two Stupid Gamers video. I'm Mash.
I'm Zero.
And we have a quick unboxing here for you today. I got this very interesting, unique item that I saw online, and I just could not resist getting it. While I was trying to get myself this, which is a physical walkthrough guide. Some of you may remember this from back in the day for Valkyria Chronicles. I actually ended up finding something else that piqued my interest. The Force of Will trading card booster box set that comes with 4 packs, mats, and this one is very special because, as you can see, it's Valkyria Chronicles themed.
You guys know me. If you guys have been watching this channel, you know that I love card games. I've already unboxed MetaZoo stuff, I've unboxed Digimon stuff, Pokemon stuff, hell, even a mystery box with a bunch of random stuff, including Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, and Magic. So, when Mash over here showed me Force of Will, I've never played Force of Will. So I'm quite interested to see what this is about, and also it's Valkyria Chronicles. I haven't really played it much, I played a little bit of it, but it's an interesting game, and you know what? I want to see how this works.
I'm always on the lookout for interesting Valkyria Chronicles stuff, sometimes other games as well, like Ys, and specifically for Valkyria Chronicles, I'm also on the lookout for a art book, because I love art books. I have 3, Valkyria Chronicles 3 and Valkyria Chronicles 2. As you can see, I am missing one, so I am always on the lookout for more Valkyria Chronicles stuff. And when I saw this, I just thought, man, it's like pretty cheap. I'm not a big card game guy, but I had to pick this up just to kind of see what it's about. So let's get right into it. What do you say?
Let's get unboxing. Alrighty, so we're in unboxing mode. So over here in our second camera, because yes, your boys are upgrading, we're really trying. Yeah, we're gonna start to unwrap the cellophane plastic wrap. So Mash, would you like to be the guy to rip it open?
Absolutely. Yeah, so like I said, I don't really have a lot of experience with card games. I know Zero over here is more so of the card game enthusiast on our channel, and
yeah, the plastic wrap is always a pain in the ass. Once again, if you guys have seen my other unboxing videos, you would have seen, yeah, it's it can be a pain.
And then it gets everywhere too.
However, I played God knows how many different card games. Even Neopets had a card game, and I actually recently got off of eBay the starter set, the starter deck, 2-player starter deck for the Neopets card game. So that might be something we show off in the future. Keep that in mind. But a lot of card games have a lot of things in common. So, you know, usually how they play, the resource system, if there is one. So I'm quite curious to see how Force of Will, the trading card game, works.
Yeah, Force of Will. So basically, this is like a previously established trading card game. It came out, I think, somewhere around like 2020. We'll put all the information here, but they did a collaboration with Valkyria Chronicles. Again, I was looking for Valkyria Chronicles merch, as I do, online, and when I came across this, it seemed to me like this was honestly like this was fake. Like this seemed like it was a bootleg or something. I'm like, it just looks so weird. I have to go check it out. I have to see what this is all about. And yeah, when I googled it online, they basically just took artwork from Valkyria Chronicles and like put it on cards in the game. And well, now we have it. What's also cool too is that, as you could see in our side cam, you don't just get Valkyria Chronicles 1, it's also art from 2 and 3. Art and characters from all 3 of the games.
Indeed.
I'm sorry, from the first 3 games, because there's Valkyria Chronicles 4.
Yeah, indeed.
Anyway, we talked enough.
Yeah, let's
it's
go
time
ahead
to do
and
it.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that off, Mash. Ooh, okay. So again, you guys know me, I love cards. So what is this? This is called the Force of Will Vingolf bonus cards?
Yep, that's a bonus pack that you get. Let's save that for last.
Okay, we're gonna leave that to the side.
Yeah. That's probably gonna... The funny thing is that's probably gonna be the actual Force of Will stuff, where, hey, all respect to the game, I'm here for the Valkyria Chronicles shit.
I don't even blame you. Alright, so do you want to look at the board first, or do you want to look at the cards first?
Let's look at the boards first. So, what I'm already noticing is pretty cool, just in opening this, is that These are actually maps. These are like, this is based off of like the map in the Valkyria Chronicles game, like where the story takes place.
All right, so they actually give us two. It's the same one too.
Yeah.
So you have player 1 and player 2 like this.
Yeah.
Essentially. So this is interesting. Over here you can see in the side cam the main deck area, the graveyard. That's easy to understand. Magic Stone deck, and then your Magic Stone area, your ruler, and your standby area.
Yeah.
And it's telling us here that you have different phases. So start of the turn, then the draw phase, obviously, recovery phase, main phase or battle phase, and then the end phase. So what this tells me, Mash, have you ever played Magic the Gathering?
No, I haven't actually.
Okay. So when Magic the Gathering is basically the grandfather of most card games these days. A lot of card games take from Magic the Gathering and then sort of change it up to make their own thing. So in Magic the Gathering, like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually took this from Magic, you have life points. You start with 20 life points. You have a deck of minimum 60 cards in a Magic deck, and then you have two main types of cards. Your normal cards that, consist of characters and creatures and monsters. And then you also have spells or whatever, and other like artifacts or whatever. That's one side of your deck, and then the other side of your deck are lands. Now lands in Magic the Gathering, think of it as your MP. Each one counts for 1 MP, and there's 5 different colors in Magic.
Yeah.
So there's red, there's blue, there's white, there's black, there's green. So what you want to do is you want to build a deck of like 1 or 2 colors max. So that way, when you try to summon a creature from your hand, you have enough MP of the correct colors in order to turn sideways to then pay for the creature you want to put on the board. What this is telling me is that you have 2 main decks, your main deck with your characters and whatnot, and then a Magic Stone deck. If I'm understanding this correctly, instead of having everything in one deck like they do in Magic, it looks like this game separated it. So your resources are in your Magic Stone deck, and then the main cards you play with
are
in the main deck. So that I already like, because in Magic the Gathering and also MetaZoo, if you guys have played it, they both work very similarly.
Yeah.
If you don't draw a land or 2 in your hand every other turn or so, you can't play the game. You literally can't, because you won't be able to have the resources to pay for the creatures and the spells and the artifacts you want to play. So I like how they do this already. This is already telling me a lot.
Nice. And again, like I said, just from the perspective of I got this because I like the theme that it was going off of, this is the map from the game. So anyway, these are the playing mats. Of course, you need this to actually play a game of Force of Will. We're gonna move that out of the way.
Indeed, let's go ahead and fold them up.
I would imagine that these are probably the rule books.
This is a reference manual, and it looks like it does indeed tell you how to play, sorta.
Yeah.
FOW, Force of Will. Okay. Yeah, this definitely tells you, and I think that one also tells you, but in a better way.
This is like a quicker guide.
So let's actually go with the quicker guide, because that's going to help us understand it better. And again, I have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and let's actually turn this way. Sorry, Mash, it's going to be difficult for you to see now. But we want the viewers at home to see. So how to win. Each player starts the game with his or her their own deck and 4,000 life. Looks like they also use life points in this game. There are 2 ways to win each game. Reduce your opponent's life to 0, or wait until your opponent has no more cards to draw, like they deck out. So you have rulers, which Alicia is a ruler. She's from Valkyria Chronicles 1. You have a resonator over here, and then a magic stone. Mysterious stones with the ability to produce magic power for invoking other cards. So it's like I said, that's your resource in this game. You also have looks like item cards that can be used like swords or whatever. You can use them as like equipments.
Yeah.
You have tanks. Here's the regalia. Great items with huge power. Put them into your field to use them. And then you have your spells, which I find it kind of weird, but Force of Will was a game before Valkyria Chronicles, so that's fine. 1, use cards to change the game situation. After result, put them in the graveyard. Easy. Cost. To play a card, you need to pay both its attribute costs with the specific attribute wills and it's free cost with any kind of wills. And I don't know if it's visible in the video right now. Let me move this over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you have 5 colors just like in Magic the Gathering. Notice over here, you have yellow, purple, red, blue, and green. So looks like each card has...
It's actually explained over here.
Yeah. Oh.
Light,
so yeah.
fire, water.
Light, fire, water, wind. Oh, that's wind? Because that looks like a leaf. Darkness. Okay. Attribute cost, meaning if you're going to play that card, you have to have at least one card of that color. One stone of that color.
Nice.
And then if it has any other number near it, it means any other stone of whatever color. Ready to play? Do not reveal the cards, obviously. Deck is 40 cards, minimum. Magic Stone deck. Ruler area. This is where you put your ruler, your avatar. So the character you're playing as in the card game.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. While it's in the ruler area, you can play your ruler's abilities or call magic stones. You also can do judgment to put your ruler into your field.
Yeah.
5. Oh, the field. This is where you put your resonators, additions, and regalia. Those cards are active while you field. All right, so here we have something that you need to understand. So in Magic the Gathering, when you play a card, it usually comes out vertical on the board. When a card is used up in Magic the Gathering, you tap it, but not literally like tap it like that. You turn it sideways. That's what tapping means.
I see.
In this game, they call it recovered and rested. So recovered is vertical.
Okay, that actually fits with the game because your characters get downed and stuff, and you can go save them.
And then rested, meaning they've been used up.
I like that.
So that's pretty cool. And that also makes it easier to understand because you guys know me, I play the Digimon card game.
Yeah.
So in the Digimon card game, they try to use like computer lingo.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of saying, oh, tapped or untapped or, used up or recovered or whatever, rested, they say suspended as in like suspending a program,
right.
And then unsuspending.
Right.
As in like, resuming a program. Magic Stone area, let's read that. This is where you put the magic stones called from your Magic Stone deck. You need to rest, turn sideways, your magic stones to produce will. So it looks like you have to use will. Will is the resource produced by the stones for you to be able to play the cards. So when it says you need one red will or one fire will to use something, you understand you need at least one red stone here to rest. Chant standby area. This is where you put your face down cards. You can play a card from your chant standby area. If it's a spell, chant standby without paying its cost and its trigger condition. All right, well, that's a little weird. I don't understand what they mean by that. Let's flip this over and let's go ahead. I actually want to see how many stones you need in your deck. Player's minions. So the resonators are like regular people that go out. All right, we just flipped over this thing and I just understood a new thing. So the ruler is your avatar in this game. I'm assuming let's say it's gonna be Alicia over here. She's your ruler. Yeah, J ruler, there you go. It says it right there on the card. Every turn, you can rest your ruler to grab a magic stone from your magic stone deck. You don't draw from each right away. You just need this thing basically refreshed, vertical on the board, untapped. Turn it sideways and you can call a magic stone from there.
I see.
Then I believe you can play it and then you can use it. That makes the game a little bit different. That's interesting. It says it right here. You can rest it to gain one. Put a resonator or regalia from your hand into your field by paying the cost. Okay, cool. So I think that's pretty much all we really need to know. I don't think we're really going to be able to play the game today, are we?
Oh, no, definitely not.
That'll be a different video, I guess.
But I have been just so curious about what these cards actually look like. So let's start by opening up Alicia.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't know how to pronounce her because, again, I didn't really play the game, so...
And I'm trying to keep this in as nice condition as possible because if I have to be completely honest, I'm not really intending to, use this on a regular basis. I just think it's cool to have it. I like that they did this crossover. There's a lot of other tabletop type games that you can play that also do crossover with other pre-existing franchises, like I've seen for Cowboy Bebop and all sorts of other stuff. So It's definitely cool. I like the back.
Oh, wow. So if I turn it this way for me, I could barely see the designs.
Yeah.
But when I turn it and the light hits it, you kind of see it and it's sort of hollow.
It's nice, yeah.
That is very nice. I'm already liking how they treat the back. Because most card games is just a regular matte print.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. All right, and before we continue, I just want to go ahead and feel this. Yeah, cardstock is not bad. One thing that I do want to mention is that some card games use very, very cheap cardstock. I'm looking at you, MetaZoo. Which means that when you feel the card, it feels very light. It's very easy to bend. The game with the best cardstock is actually the Final Fantasy card game. I'm saying that thing feels solid, all right? You can make a building out of those cards. That's how good the cardstock is. I'm not even kidding, Mash. I'm gonna bring some Final Fantasy cards for you, and you're gonna feel it, and you're gonna be like, holy shit, he's right.
We got a lot of cards to get through, so let's
flip
look
it
at
over.
some of these.
Yeah.
So obviously we have Alicia on the front, holographic, and it looks like we got a couple of weapons cards too.
Let me actually, sorry, 1 second. Let me hold it up so that, people can see.
Yeah. It's just cool because you have like the actual characters. So this is Rosie from the first game. This is I forget what her status type name is, but she's from the first game. And I think it's so cool that I can have like a trading card set of Valkyria Chronicles, even though it's based off of this other existing trading card game. So
stop on one of them so that we can show what's going on here. Let's look at the anatomy of the card over here. So down here, we already see that it has the water droplet. So this is a blue card, all right? Over here on the top left, we can see the name. This guy's name is what? Largo Potter, all right? I don't think he's related to Harry Potter, just saying. But you see sort of like a carousel next to it and a number, right? Notice how this one, Largo, says he needs 2 blue. So that means you need 2 specific blue stones, unrested, vertical, like this, and then you have to rest them both, and then you still need 2 of any other color in order to put them on the board. That's my understanding, because of this 2 over here. He has 600 attack and 600 defense, so it looks like, to my understanding, in order to defeat an enemy character, you need to be able to defeat their defense. I don't think there's like defense mode or attack mode like in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think that's how this works. And this guy says he's a Resonator, Military Squad 7. Whenever this card attacks, it gains 100 attack and defense for each squad 7 Resonator you control until the end of the turn. Right here, next to where it says Resonator, Military/Squad 7. Yeah. So it looks like these cards like to work with each other. Yeah. To my understanding.
And speaking of those stones, here are actually a couple of examples of them.
So here's that water stone that I mentioned earlier. It's actually very simple art, if I'm being honest. It's not that interesting, but it tells you what it does.
Yeah.
It produces 1 water magic stone. Here we have a magic stone of light. Ooh, this one's cool. This one's actually more interesting. So this one can produce either light or water. So this one is double useful. Treat this card as light magic stone and water magic stone. That's cool. And this one produces both dark and water. Magic stone of dark depth. I like that. That's interesting. In Magic and other games, they do some similar stuff.
What's cool too is that some of these cards are like based on they use scenes from the actual games, like moments of the cutscenes that I remember. And I guess these are kind of like I don't know what type of card you would describe this, but I guess it has like a general effect on the game that you're playing.
Yes.
But this is a cutscene from the game, which is pretty cool because this is from Valkyria 3, and there's 2 characters that you can have like a more romantic ending with towards the end of the game, like the story branches off. So this is one of them, and that's pretty cool.
So this one costs 1 water and then 2 of anything. Rest up to 2 target resonators your opponent controls. They don't recover the next turn. That's interesting. So this would be a spell.
And here we have a scene from Valkyria Chronicles 1.
Ooh.
Another one from Valkyria Chronicles 2. So I'm just loving going through these cards and seeing like this is from a game franchise that I love.
So for anybody who plays Yu-Gi-Oh, This card is basically your Pot of Greed, except you draw 3 cards instead of 2. But it costs 4 in total, 2 water and then 2 of any. And this one is just a removal card. You can target an opponent character that's sideways, rested, and return it to the hand. So that's good.
So we have a lot of the same cards in this deck.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot. Yeah, we have like tons of water stones and stuff. A bunch of these characters are like repeated. So let's just move on to the next deck for the sake of time.
For those of you who are probably like frustrated at that idea that there are multiples of a card, it's kind of needed in the card game, because if there's a card you really want to use and you want to rely on that card a lot, only playing one copy is kind of a pain in the ass. You're probably not going to see that card. So having multiples of a card, it sounds cheesy and it kind of is, but it helps your strategy continue. When I was a kid and I played Yu-Gi-Oh!, I only played one copy of every card in my deck. And I used to play 50 cards in a deck when I only really needed 50. And I practically never saw the card I needed. So
this one's really interesting. It has no regular back. It's holographic on the front, it's another Alicia card, and then on the back, it's just more of Alicia. It's not the same one though, but
no, but this one also has
no
different back.
Yeah.
So if I have to guess, I would guess that these ruler cards are supposed to be like on their own.
Yeah.
Like they're not part of your regular deck, obviously. You start the game with them out already.
Yeah.
And I would actually guess that you start with the unhollow side.
Up.
Yeah, like this. Judgment 7, you may pay 1 less to play this ability for each Squad 7 Resonator you control. And there's also some flavor text. Mash, do you know what flavor text is?
No.
Flavor text tries to explain the character in the card, like a little bit of their lore or their story.
Oh.
Here, I think they have a quote from the game. When this is over, there's something I want to tell you. That's interesting. I don't know if that means anything to you.
That's cool. Oh, yeah. Here's another one. And this is, mind you, this is a regular card. This is not a ruler card. This is just someone that, like, runs one of the shops in the game in Valkyria Chronicles 2, and it says, "Hey, Yvonne, what'll it be?"
Oh, yeah, you can see the flavor text here. It's going to be hard to see in this camera, though, because of the angle. Costs 2 light. He's a Resonator Clerk, and when you pay 2 extra light and rest him, recover target Resonator. I'm not sure what recover means. Probably means heal. So here's my guess. Notice how the hollow sides have attack and defense. Notice how this side doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that these rulers can leave their ruler section and flip and become these attackers.
Okay.
That's my understanding.
We'll have to, like, really look back at this, and maybe we'll do a follow-up video possibly, or just talk about it in a future like Let's Play or something. But we don't know how to play this game right now.
At all.
This is his first time with this game. I only found out about this because of the Valkyria Chronicles thing I found.
I'm going off by prior experience, trying to understand what these mean.
Exactly.
Give me some more. Let's show them off.
I'm just picking out the ones that are pretty interesting. But one of the sniper characters that's awesome, who also has flavor text as well. This character plays a really important part, I believe, in Valkyria 2. And this would be Eddie from the first Valkyria Chronicles game. So what I really wanted to draw attention to, though, is this, because I was expecting more of this. I was expecting that the stones would be more related to this concept. In the world of Valkyria Chronicles, there's a magic source, a resource, which is what fuels a lot of the wars, is control over these resources. It's called Ragnite. And that's how you power. It's kind of like steampunk in a way. This Ragnite material, which probably resembles coal more than anything else, is
sounds like coal.
It fuels the tanks, it fuels the weapons and stuff. So I found a Ragnite card, and I kind of thought that the stones would be related to Ragnite, but it's just a card in itself.
Oh my god, this is so interesting. So notice how this thing doesn't have any colors that you need specifically.
Right.
It just says you need 3 of any color.
Yeah.
So in Magic, they would call this an artifact.
Yeah.
So instead of being a spell that you use once, an artifact is sort of a spell that lingers on the board and stays.
Yeah.
So this is what this is reminding me of. It doesn't say spell. It just says regalia. And if it's on the board, you can turn it sideways, and it'll give you one will of any color. So that's what this is telling me, and that makes sense because Ragnite, like you said, was the power source for these games. For
in this world.
Yeah, in that world. Banish this card. If you banish this card, produce one of any color, and then if you pay 2 light and then turn it sideways, banish this card, recover your J ruler. I don't know what recover necessarily means. That's something we're gonna have to look up later. I did want to point out one thing because it kind of bothers me as a graphic designer. Seeing this Elshin flower being printed on a card that's being sold to people and have it this freaking blurry kind of drives me insane.
It's probably the source material because that is probably ripped straight from the game, and it was not really like high res. So if you think about it, the way companies deal with each other, sometimes they'll like kind of just throw assets at each other over email, and that may have been like the best that they could have gotten. I also want to point out the other magic stones as well, which I think look pretty cool.
Oh no, these look way better than the water one, actually.
Yeah.
So there's the light one. This one can make fire and light, and this one can make wind and light. So these already look better than just the regular water one from before, because it just looked like a water droplet, you know? But this already has a lot of it has a lot of flavor. It has a lot of gravitas. Also, for those of you watching who play card games, we should probably introduce Mash to Dragon Shield sleeves.
For this, absolutely.
Yes. Because the last thing I want you to do is be like, man, I want to look through them, but I don't want to, like, peel them out of those things over and over again. That would be a pain in the neck.
So this is Elise. She is another ruler card, and she becomes very important in Valkyria Chronicles 2. That's another holographic. I'm just going to take a look real quick what else we have.
Okay, so here we have her as just the regular ruler, and here we have her as the fighter mode.
This is also the main character for Valkyria 2. Valkyria Chronicles 2, by the way, not the most well-liked out of them, but after playing it, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad that it exists. I'm glad that there was a Valkyria Chronicles game that you could play anywhere you want. It's just unfortunate that because it was locked to the PSP and development issues, that game probably ended up killing the series.
Here's the thing. My younger brother also loves Valkyria Chronicles, and him and I both have a PS Vita.
Yeah.
So he kept telling me, man, I want the second game, but it's only on PSP. How the hell do I play it? And you couldn't buy it on the Vita store, but you can buy it on the PlayStation 3 store.
Yeah.
And then transfer it to your PSP, but also transfer it to your Vita. And that's what he had to do back in the day in order to play it.
Yeah.
I remember we kept like talking to each other like, how are we going to pull this off? How am I going to get this game?
Ooh, look at this.
All right, that's is
pretty.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So here is the Magic Stone of Black Silence. So this one gives you wind and darkness. This one, it just looks like a regular opal, but this one gives you water and wind. And this is just regular wind. And yeah, this one kind of disappoints me because it just looks like a piece of emerald floating in the air inside of a forest. It's nothing crazy.
Real quick, I'm just gonna put the 3 main characters of Valkyria Chronicles 2 side by side while I go for the next one.
They all look really nice though.
Yeah. This is our 4th ruler card. This is going to be Ryla from Valkyria Chronicles 3. That's her attack mode.
All right, here's her attack mode. At least that's what we believe it is. 1,000 attack and 600 defense. She's a fire. Here we have her regular mode as just the regular ruler. Very nice. I'll leave her here.
All of these memories are coming back to me now because I finished Valkyria Chronicles 3 on my stream like over a year ago at this point, maybe like over 2 years ago. That game was way darker than the other two, but also touched on some like more adult themes, which I thought was kind of interesting. But yeah, once again, we have... It looks like each of these decks gives us 3 types of stones. 3 types of these stones, and then, again, a random mix of characters from each game.
So here's the fire stone. This one gives us fire and water. And this one gives us wind and fire. So can't really complain. Those look great.
Once again, I'm just going to put the three main characters from Valkyria Chronicles 3 next to each other. So that's Ryla, Imka, and Kurt. And they're part of the Nameless Brigade, which, again, it's kind of... I just love that I have this, because I'm looking at all these things, and memories of this game is like flashing. Their tank is right here. Their Nameless tank, because their unit was called the Nameless. And, yeah, this is dope.
Yeah, let's get a closer look at the tank, everyone. There we go. It literally says Nameless Tank, and it's cool because you don't have to pay any specific stone for it. Whenever a nameless, one of the characters enters the field, recover this card. I wouldn't be surprised if recover means making it go from sideways to just right side up. So that's probably what it means, and that would actually make that really good, because red in card games is usually the aggressive archetype. Yeah. So they like to attack a lot. So imagine you blow a hole through your opponent by wasting your tank. You bring in another nameless character and it just stands right back up and it's ready to attack again. That's my understanding, at least. If anybody plays Force of Will and we're getting any of this wrong, please let us know in the comments below.
Yes. Yeah,
please let us know.
Correct us, because generally we're just curious. But we got the last pack.
Yes, we do. I'm
curious to see what's in here. I already see Gilbert. I see locations from some of the games. Again, we have random bad guys. So this is Lydia from Valkyria Chronicles 3. She's really evil. But one of the main villains that also appears in more than one of the games is a guy by the name of Maximilian, so his card is right here as well. I'm going to hand that over to Zero while he's got these cards.
I hope my freaking big-ass head isn't in the way.
Ooh, look at that. These are 3 stones for this deck.
Okay, so the Darkness Stone lives up to its freaking name because it's just a goddamn skull. So that's pretty cool. All right, there we go. It's still kind of like uneventful, not gonna lie, but these two look great.
This is fitting though, because this pack is pretty much all the bad guys. Ooh, we got I totally forgot, the ruler of this deck is actually an antagonist, Sylvaria. You've probably seen Sylvaria at some point. She's also been featured in some of the other games. She's the main antagonist from the first game, although she does appear occasionally in some of the others in like a cutscene or whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much this deck. It's cool. It's cool to see, like, again, we got villains, we got characters from the first game, we have tanks, we have the Rag Knight, which I wish we saved that out there, but. And we got the last piece. This is the bonus cards that come with the set, little pack. My guess is that this is actually just going to be cards from Force of Will.
Yeah.
So nothing related to Valkyria Chronicles, but again, it's cool that they gave you this. I'm sure the idea was like, okay, some people probably bought this just because of the artwork, or maybe they're already fans, but hey, if you're not a fan, this is what the game is actually like.
Let's see what's inside.
Comes in a little envelope, little hard to open. I'm finding that a lot of tabletop stuff is like, oh, this is hard to open.
Here's the thing, when it comes to tabletop stuff like packs or like boxes and stuff,
yeah,
they're not too worried about you keeping the things in mint condition.
Right.
The second you open it, your main concern would be to sleeve any hollow or super rare cards,
okay.
And then the rest you just kind of like finger through them.
I got you.
Ooh, you got a nice little hollow thing in there.
Well, it looks like I was completely wrong, because that's a character from Valkyria Chronicles, I want to say 3.
Not the bad game, right? Not that weird game from the PS4.
This is what you all should be putting in your games, and we're gonna use the power of Valkyrie Revolution to explain, what goes into. I mean, you get it, Ollie, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, this game it's such a good example of what you should do.
No, Revolution. Oh, thank God I have not seen anything from Valkyria Revolution.
Yeah,
This is Chronicles 1, 2, and 3.
We'll link Revolution in the video and in the comments. God, was that bad?
No, this is actually a character. I don't want to give any spoilers, but that's an important character from the 3rd game.
Very cool. He's not a ruler.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
It's just a holographic card, so that's Alicia. And also, I think these are actually cards that we have had before. So they're just hollow versions of them.
That's good. These are the ones you want to, like,
Put in a
absolutely sleeve. Symbol of peace, just a couple of flowers. That's nice. I like that they gave us... Dude, I'm not going to lie. I like that they did this. This is a very nice gesture. Yeah. Giving us hollow versions...
of some of the cards.
Of some of the common cards. Because these are going to be... people are going to look for these.
Yeah. Silvaria, or like a scene with Silvaria.
Very nice.
We have Lydia.
Oh my.
We have this cool scene from Valkyria Chronicles 2.
Okay. We have a tank.
We have the Edelweiss, that's the main tank from Valkyria Chronicles 1. And our last card is going to be... Oh, cool. Maximilian, hollow of his regular card.
Very nice.
So, not a ruler again, just a hollow, but still pretty cool. And that's everything that comes with this booster pack. You get the 5 decks, 1 ruler per deck. You get about 3 sets of stones per, and then you have 10 bonus cards, which are hollows of the common cards, plus 2 playing mats. That's what you get with the Force of Will Valkyria Chronicles booster collection. I was very fascinated by this. If I have to be completely honest, at some point, I really felt like I was just like a little kid, and I bought something and my older brother was explaining it to me, because I don't know anything about card games. I just like the picture on the box, so I got it. He's the one that explains shit. And,
it's all about playing different games and then seeing what they're taking from it. Yep. And I gotta say, I do like how Force of Will works.
Yeah.
At least from my understanding, they really said, we like Magic, but we want to change it. We want to make it so that you're not always, oh my god, I can't play anything. We don't want to make it like that. So I do like this. I'm sort of a fan of Valkyria Chronicles. I watched my brother play it back on the PS3, the first game.
Right.
If I tell him that this exists, he's likely going to lose his mind and want to buy it as well. So I might actually end up knowing how to play it and actually teaching you so that you can actually play it in the future.
Hell yeah. And you know what? There may even be more like collaborations with other IPs. So maybe Valkyria Chronicles isn't your thing, but you wanted to check out a card game that's like crossing over with the franchise that you like, go check out Force of Will. They might have something else for you. And of course, go check out their base card game set as well. Yes. The actual Force of Will game. But that's gonna do it for this video. Again, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm probably not gonna end up playing these anytime soon, but just having it like as a Valkyria Chronicles fan, this is just more of like the merch that I like.
If you guys like this video, please make sure to slap that like button, mash the subscribe button, and let us know down in the comments below. Are you guys fans of Valkyria Chronicles? Are you guys fans of card games? Did you like our unboxing? Did you like our new setup? Let us know.
Have you ever heard of Force of Will? Leave a comment below, let us know what you think, and we'll be right back for another video really soon. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Take care, guys.
Bye.